ranks. We're going into Mirage, and you've got G2 ranked number 5, Heretics without a bloody rank. That is how mismatched this one should be, but that's on paper, and we all know in the server it's a very different world. G2 already had their confidence shaken. They look like shadows of their former selves, cowering from Heretics in 2v4s. We don't know what has become of G2, and I'm sure a stern team talk from Malik has occurred in the interim between Dust 2 concluding and this one starting off. They'll jump straight on down, and we'll find the first very quickly to keep things level is Lucky. And he's managed to do so well. He's actually got 2. He can even find a third here. Amanek's getting chipped away at, and G2 collapsing. Kenny does manage to survive, but only for a moment longer. He will go down, and it's pretty clean.
Oh, Heretics, they will actually start with the advantage here. They haven't been able to do that over 2 maps so far.
That's the first pistol they've got, right?
The first pistol they've won and the first time they've had an opening advantage, but it hasn't slowed them down at any point in this best of 3. They are a very tenacious team. A lot of bite back, it seems, as we'll see Lucky this time finding the opening kills. Doesn't have a clutch out 2 versus 5 at this stage, which is a novel idea for them. It's been a bit of a rough one, and having to recover all the time, but fair play to them, they keep delivering. As Maka, he's only got the USP, bear in mind, so up against no armor, he actually has a pretty good chance of finding multiple kills, and he's certainly delivering a bit of flusher spot on the server here as he gets 3 kills with that USP. It's a clean sweep. They are looking like they're a much better team right now.
Well, they're going to be more fired up, right? They're definitely going to be treating this like it's their Super Bowl. You've probably heard us use that reference.
Yeah, but we keep saying, you know, losers bracket. I just want to make it clear that Heretics, for them, their storyline often for every underdog that, you know, plucky underdog that's taken a couple of the surprising scalps, it usually ends when you meet the world number 5 in the lower bracket.
Yeah,
that's usually where that stops.
The Cinderella run, it's a Cinderella run for a reason, you know? It's a fairy tale. It's not meant to happen all the time. So if they're able to pull this one off against domestic opponents such as G2 and as highly ranked as what you're pointing out here, that'd be fantastic stuff. We got the first gun round underway here, and G2 will get Jax and Kenny across towards the top mid box. Couple of flashes and smokes to aid them. And keep your eyes on Hunter. Once upon a time, window boosts aplenty, flanking A and B bomb sites and causing a lot of chaos. So let's see if they fall into that similar rhythm as, wow, right on cue. Nexa will be boosting Hunter into the window.
Oh, Kiyashima, though, he is certainly aware of that prospect, but the secondary smoke going down suggests he might not be through yet. Lucky, he'll have no idea. He is actually tucked in the corner, and Hunter, that is the Hunter maneuver. Yeah. Managing to sneak up, find a quick kill. No one's got any idea you're coming through, and to this day, it still works out. Mid shot from Maka, though. Probably the first shot he's missed in his best 3, to be honest with you. Excellent work so far, and we'll have him actually be challenged. It's going to be Heretics pulling back the second kill of the round here.
Wow.
And my God, how have they made this work?
XMS managing to use that MP9 to not only kill 1, but to put Hunter down to 16. Maka caught off, still gets the necessary damage. The spray, Amanek could not have committed to that anymore. And Nevera's going to swap to the AWP and collect another victory in the face of what looked good for G2.
That's really been the sentiment of this entire best of 3. It looks good for G2, but then out of nowhere, it all falls apart very quickly. They got the first couple of picks at Hunter with a brilliant sequence. You'd think that would be enough. But it is going to be 3-0. That was the full send. And 3-0 found.
So if I was just having a look at the stat lines for these 2 teams on Mirage, for Heretics, Mirage is actually their lowest win percentage map with 40%. They've played it 5 times, won at 2, lost at 3. And there's actually 3 losses on the trot for them. All double digits, a loss to Sprout, Complexity, and Secret. And their only wins against Nordwind and Navi Jr. And well, this round here is kicking off very well for G2.
Well, they've got themselves a rifle here, but they've got a lot more work to do. Towards that connector, XMS will find an HE kill towards Amanek. There's a bit of a gap in that smoke as Nevera will balance the playing field out. Back to a 3-on-3. All picked up though. It's Kenny S, not really looking himself there.
That was brave of Nevera. Saw a player jump across and he just goes straight into the murder hole. Perhaps he assumed he'd be faffing around with the weapon, which was the right assumption, had it been the case. So just Jax then and Nexa. They've got Deagles and a fair share of health, 120-ish. Told ya.
Ish. Something like
129 HP between them.
There you go. So Nexa and Jax will be trying to do anything they can. Even though kill at this point would be something, I don't think that's going to happen to Vera. He has looked very good. You can see that. He's an excellent Counter-Strike player. Fantastic aim. And that's going to be a nice team performance there. Heretics, with a good we haven't seen them have a good start yet. This could be the 15-0.
Or it could be the overtime that we've all dreamed of.
That's true. I guess it always could be overtime.
You're never wrong when you say that.
Yeah. I can't answer that.
It's the safest thing you can say.
I guarantee you someone will get 15 rounds this game. Now, whether or not someone gets 16, that's another story.
Yes.
At some point, somebody will get 16 rounds. That is for sure.
Yeah.
But it will be the AWP back out in the hands of Kenny S here.
In the first round of overtime, Chad, we'll see 16.
You'll see an AWP in the first round of overtime too, let me tell you that much.
We'll see Kenny on that T-side AWP now, and he's actually going for a solo adventure, so there is nothing behind this.
Ooh, Maka just below you in the smoke, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's going to be Hunter. He snuck through as well. He's got a kill.
He can crouch under the sniper. This is such a common move. Next time I want to do something just to make sure that the AWP is still there. Oh, he just waits for the fade. It couldn't work out better. Hunter will find the opening kill onto Maka. And very quickly equalized though. Lucky doesn't waste a second.
That's Amine being removed. And now it's Kiyashima towards CPL. He's got the AK-47, 4-on-4, bit of damage, inflicted towards Hunter. And they're sending their teammates back towards the A side here. Swung down towards window. Kenny has 1-4 right now, and they're 0-4 down. Has Nogglers himself here. Maybe it's the hour of the evening.
Yeah.
It's not a good day for him. Not sure. This hasn't looked like Kenny S on the server the last couple of maps.
I was having that thought as well. But you can't really use that as a good kind of excuse, for lack of a better word, just because they've done it already to get here. I mean, they're in the lower bracket, I admit. A missed shot costs him his life. Rivera just chips away at him. Jax doesn't check his corners, will be traded. 2 versus 3. Advantage still for Heretics, but that bomb does have had time to plant. Now I'm not so sure.
Hunter will catch Kiyashima there, who was trying to get a grenade off, but they've got 7 seconds and they can't win now. There's no way of even getting the plant down there. Vera very confident in the close finish. 2 versus 2, and it will be Heretics picking up their 5th round. 0 for G2. Maximum loss bonus only get them so far with no plants in the last. They haven't even planted the bomb yet, boys. Okay. Things are getting very weird. They haven't planted the bomb once.
Look, we were at Summit when G2 lost in the final to Natasafix and Regin, the coach who was standing in for Mousesports, because Carrigan had to leave early to go and try and get himself a visa for Epicenter. So with all of that going down, we saw how distraught they were. Like, it was very, very visible. That's one of those situations where you don't even want to talk to the person,
yeah,
right?
we didn't. We didn't even ask them to come on camera,
kept our heads down and we just walked past because it was gutting right there. So for them to lose that last map in the fashion they did on their pick, and considering some of the scenes that we've seen, they're not together, they're not in the same room, Malik's not able to console them. Mentally, it could be getting out of control.
He's certainly not got the body language cues that he typically jumps on, right? When your star AWPer, Kenny S, is missing his few shots and he's head in hands at the end of every round, that's Malik's time to call the timeout and to take that powerful 30 seconds. We're seeing what a team can look like without that now. And yeah, I think the mental edge, we watched it transfer, we watched it shift over the course of that second half of our second map. It was Dust 2. And we watched as Heretics slowly grew in confidence, and I think that confidence is being displayed and is manifesting here on our 3rd map.
Yeah, and G2, 3rd and final map.
Bang.
6-0 down. Rivera.
He's still not died.
Unstoppable, 10-0. And remember, G2 have had some massive opening advantages. Nuke, the first map, 10-1 up, 10-1, and still came crashing down. They went to 10-5. And then, of course, they lost to close things out. But we will see now Dust 2 land in favor of Heretics, and the 3rd and final decider. G2 yet to post a round. Jax yet to post a kill.
Yeah, it's really rough out there. Kenny has the AWP again.
I wonder how much talking's going on in the G2 camp right now.
I would say they're going to be communicating at a level, but it's more the vibe I'm worried about. They'll still be communicating. It's just in what the tones are like when they're losing kills, when plays like this are going down. Multiple dropping on Cat. And Mac is on the flank. He is a monster.
AWP! The audacity. Aminek's not going to believe this death.
He doesn't want to scope up yet. He doesn't want to give up the fact he's behind them. He's going to see how much is available for him here. Amanek will go down. He's confirmed the B is clear, and now just poor old Nexa towards middle, trying to avoid the 7-0, but 301s, that's Heretics ballpark, not G2's.
Ooh, he could plant A right now. The A bomb site is open, completely open, because XMS has gone walkabout. But he doesn't know. If he goes through the window room towards the B bomb site, he's going to be met by Makazorp again, and he is.
Missing the shot. They know where he is now. They'll position their pieces appropriately. But that's going to send Nexa towards the open A site. It's about time G2 had a clutch that goes their way, as opposed to the other way around. And Nexa does get off to a start. It's not a flying one, though. It's a limping start because he's lost all of his health. A bomb plant and a kill. That's certainly not too shabby. He'll take that, but it's the round that he needs at this point.
Oof. Nexa with a chance closes one out, but just 3 points of health, no grenades. It's very unlikely, but G2 desperately need it, but they know where he is. The USPs are out, and it's going to be another perfect round as Nivera. Is he still alive?
Yes.
He's still 10-0. They can't even take him down. That kind of says it all.
The Immortal.
Yes, apparently so.
Well, we need a milk carton right now for G2 Esports because they've gone missing.
They really have.
I know where Jax is. He's at the secret agent boot camp trying to sign up.
Ah, there you go, 007.
We might come out with a couple of toys, maybe a shoe phone.
A shoe phone?
Yeah, you got to watch Get Smart.
Yeah, I think that rings a bell. Is that the one with the what's her face and what's his name?
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly. That's exactly the one, Alex.
Oh, dear. Double orb setup.
Ooh.
And one of them has been removed. Kenny S will find his third kill in the game, and we've got Maka to try and pick up the pieces here. Nice opening kill. Need to find a lot more where that came from.
Smoked off for now. Won't be able to contribute.
Look at XMS again.
There's still a player in Palace, right? Kenny got that kill. And he's going to find them. Okay, that's crucial. Amanek finding that frag really sets up G2 for their first here.
Keo can reinitiate on this because he knows how far away, and he even knew that the bomb was there. So if he pushes through, he can still take down Amanek, get the bomb in limbo. Oh, great shot from Amanek there. This should be the G2 first. A 2-on-5. I want to say there's no way that they can lose this, but we've already seen them lose a couple.
Yeah, I can't even begin a sentence how to give this one away, but that might be the start of it. Kenny S missing an orb shot and converting the second, so should be absolutely fine. A 5 versus 1, Nivera doesn't even get a look in. The first round has been found. The first death for Nivera comes in as well in round number 8. 7-1, G2 will have some cash there. After keeping 5 players up, they get a bit of a bankroll going on now with 4 AKs and 1 AWP. Round 9, and it might even be the eco for the Heretics.
Wow, just like that. Kept him honest enough. And despite 6 on one, 7 on the other, they just can't invest. 3 of them forced down to just the pistols. It will be 2 deagles at the end of all of that. $700.
Oh, that sounds like a technical issue if ever I've heard one.
As soon as you hear the little click,
Yeah.
click, 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 click.
Green, what we got? How bad is it?
I see dot stop. It looks like it was the classic FPS bug.
Oh, that one's a classic.
Everybody's
Makes your
favorite.
game look like a slideshow.
Well, that's normally not one that gets fixed relatively quickly, but the freeze time's already ticking on back down, so maybe it is. Or maybe they won't know until they start running out of spawn.
I mean, you can wiggle your mouse around. You can see it. I don't know. Good question.
Get wiggling then.
Yeah, get wiggling.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I don't see enough wiggles on those 0.5 second diffusers. Get the wiggles going. The North Americans are very wiggle friendly. I've seen Tarek with his fair share of wiggles.
Used to be a player back in the Source days, Alex, named Pex.
And what did Hex do?
Pex just, all he did was wiggle. It's like Kirby on steroids.
Hold on. Something to be said about this round. That kill could decide it. 10 HP on Nexa. Unlucky. Might just be living up to his name here. Hunter will take him down, but there was a window. Good effort on the full eco there. It's going to be the second number G2, but an expensive one, to say the very least. Money stabilizing for Heretics with 9k on 2 players. They can drop 1 weapon, probably the AWP. See if Maka wants to pick one up for himself. They could go for a double AWP setup. Nivera, he was pretty impressive on Dust 2. We'll see whether he can continue that. Maka and Nivera now on their
Okay.
7-2 lead.
I've actually been really enjoying the Heretics double AWP. Nivera, obviously, as we've highlighted earlier in the series, a rookie, yes, but previously a primary AWPer.
Decent nade there. That's a big chunk of damage onto Amanek. I love the way that they both ult because they never back down. That's something that will get beaten into them the more that they play within the tier 1 level, and Hunter is showing you exactly why. He's gotten the better of Maka now on several rounds, trying to posture aggressively with the AWP, and that's going to put a lot of pressure onto Heretics, who find themselves in a 4-on-5. The damage has been done to Jackson Amanek, so they could get sprayed on down.
Back to A for G2. Plenty of util still.
Yeah, absolutely. Navarro with the AWP towards B. He'll be alone. Isolated, and strange one from Nexa to give that one up. His teammates ready towards A. He's trying to show a little bit of presence, but he goes down quickly. They'll start rotating over. Nothing else to be seen. XMS from a cheeky little spot, which will be pre-fired, and Jax, it's a bit of a freebie here. No smoke down towards Storm, but that has changed, but a little bit too late from Kenny there. Lucky gets full vision, and still a 3 versus 3. Going for the plant. He'll vault up. Can't deny it. Amanek will get the bomb down, and Navarro joins him from CT spawn, but there's a flank coming in. Hunter should be able to at least get one of these kills. He's waiting for a bit of backup from his teammates there. There's the damage done. Kiyoshima replies, and now they're very low indeed.
Yeah, he's done enough damage, you'd think. Amanek in a nice off angle as they come in to the site. But yeah, bomb's about half gone. It's just a bit ahead of that.
Yeah, the fact that Kyo has an AWP in hand as well leads me to believe that they're saving unless they get offered a frag. And at this stage, it's a stalemate. Everyone's going to put down their guns. Oh, hold up. Amanek, he wants to keep fighting. If he pushes right now, he might be able to catch him before they make it to Kitchen.
Nope.
Oh, it was tight. It was tight. And he's going to go down with the bomb right there. But the money's decent now after they've been able to put 2 on the board. Or make that 3. As we will see the CTs now having to ask a couple of questions. Those AWPs coming through should be enough for them to buy. M4 is getting dropped across. XMS and Lucky will have some questions that they need to ask the old bankers. But they need to get a round back on the board here, or we could see G2 start running away with the half. 3 in a row, it's good. If they win this one, they'll break the money. It will have to be a potential partial buy with a $2,900 loss bonus going forward. These rounds have been close.
Well, here we go then. A very important one as Heretics start to fade away on their CT side. 3 in a row for G2. Third and final map here. 4 players outside A, 3 smokes deployed. And it's the smokes you would expect. Steps, jungle, and CT spawn. Maka in front of them, and he'll be flashed off. Fires off the first bullet. Be the first kill for Hunter, and XMS probably up next.
Oh, he landed the dink as well. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. He's getting the gap closed in on him. Maka will get overwhelmed. Jax, look at him work with 2 HP, mantles on top of the triple boxes, and that should be enough for the save. I don't know what Lucky's going to hope to find with the CZ. He is going to get a little bit of extra freedom to go walk around, and probably a weapon for him to retrieve somewhere, maybe towards short. You can see the dead body of his teammate. A kit over there as well. But doesn't seem too interested as the hunt is on, and you'll never guess who's doing it. The very best name for the job. And here goes nothing. Could be an AK for Lucky after all. Won't be. Hunter very quick to react. And Naviera's just got to try and keep hold of this AWP.
Yeah, he really does.
Come on now. Come on.
Just tuck on in, batten down, and hope that Hunter stays away because he's looking very scary, isn't he? No, Hunter.
Chill.
If he scopes, he's in trouble. Hunter seems to be...
He might run in the last second.
Very aware of the prospect of an AWP being saved in kitchen. Hello.
Oh, no!
And he gets it.
Disaster for Heretics. Oh, no. They lost both of their chances. Let's see that wallbang from Jax. Okay, that was the round before. I was very impressed by... He's done it twice now. This is how fast he got up onto those boxes. Lovely movement. But yeah, he had a wallbang for XMS on that default box, and it was so quick that he found it. Perfect lineup. 2 to the head, through the box. Boop. Round 12.
Kenny's still quiet in all of this, right? The fact that they have put these last 4 in a row on the board, it's been through Hunter, who has 12 kills, Nexa with 7 to his name. Jackson Amanek had to contribute in that 2-on-2 scenario. I'm worried for Kenny. This isn't his map by any means.
Well, this round should be theirs, no problem. I said that with very bated breath, but Maka will be dropped, and we've got a 5-on-4 towards connector. They go. No armor, no nades to speak of, but 4 Desert Eagles available. See if Kiyoshima can start to make it work out again. His Deagle has looked impressive today. Down to 66, and they'll be smoking off the connector. So just biding their time here, making sure they give nothing away, molotoving out the key positions. G2 losing to Heretics here would be, at this level of the tournament as well, it would be pretty significant.
Yeah.
We haven't had a third French team in the mix for some time, and we've had Vitality and G2 for the last year or so. Heretics, new kids on the block, and they're actually looking like they're a very deadly team. G2 not looking their usual selves. And we've got just those Desert Eagles, but time at 40 seconds. It should be fine for G2, but you never know.
Certainly. Gonna molly him out of position, and Hunter's already found Keo. Lucky burns to a crisp as he hopes they push through that Molotov. XMS on the flank does hope that there'll be perhaps one. Kenny's waiting though, and that's a lovely cleanup. We've got ourselves G2 starting to do what they have to. You've highlighted exactly how that loss would echo throughout the local and international scene. An elimination G2 from losses to Heretics and North would not sound hot.
So SEO has been doing some digging for us, and he's brought up the stat lines for Kenny in the series. So the CT sides for Kenny up until this point, I'm not sure, obviously we're not including Mirage, they haven't played the CT side just yet, but he is 12 and 26. So that's going back to
Dust 2 as well,
Nuke
right?
and Dust 2. So 12 kills, 26 deaths on the CT side with 47 ADR. And that's normally where Kenny on a map like Dust 2, he should be able to tear it up because the AWP can prod for a lot of picks. On the T side, he's 19 for 21. So still negative, but he's got 70 ADR. So that's great. You know, the T side, that's pretty serviceable what he's putting down. It's just the CT where the Warriors are coming on through. There's still another half a Counter-Strike to come, and he could change the tide of those stat lines right there. But that's just to have a look at somebody who is normally one of the biggest stars for this team, who's having a bit of a flat night. And that could be one of the key reasons as we have gone the distance. We have had all the rounds with the bonuses and a few more.
Yeah, lots of bonuses. I think we're up to 5 or 6, but this is a full gun round for now. G2 will be entering with 4 AKs and an AWP. They've actually got 5 rounds in a row. It's the blue shell in full effect tonight, it would seem, as Heretics had a flying start but can't find any footing since G2 came online. Kenny S towards the end of the Palace position, and this time converts a shot. Ding from XMS, but still the opening kill for Kenny.
G2 actually owning the opening kills in this one, 10-3 in their favor.
Wow.
Hunter 6 and 2. He's been very active with those kills, and we've spoken about a few of them being onto Maka. Oh wow, that was quick.
Very quick. Jack's found. Maka's got Hunter locked in if he can maintain this angle. And Hunter spotted. You can see how wide Maka's preparing his angle. He's expecting a very wide swing from Hunter. The flash, not enough to obscure his vision. They are coming up ramp though, and that's going to turn his attention just when Hunter wants to strike. Maka will get one. His adjustment. He lives to tell the tale, and now Lucky can find him. G2 with 40 seconds left. They've lost the spearhead of their assault. It's down to Kenny and Nexa, and they're just flashed off on Tetris.
It's looking good for Maka though. Does he to buy time, and he's flashbangs from his teammates, and we have got an incendiary up towards Palace as well. They seem to know exactly where he is, and well, there it is. Kenny S removed by the aforementioned Maka, leaving next to the in-game leader with nothing more to play for. 8-5, Heretics will be winning this half at least, but that's the first round they've posted after conceding 5. Can they close it out with 2 at the end here? Round 14 coming up, but money out of control for GT. They've got more than enough for these last couple of rounds. Is Kenny opening kill was his, but it was Heretics to answer back. A nice boost from Navera. Very quick shot as well.
Good equalizer, and definitely not where Jax's crosshair would have been placed. You could see it was tucked into the corner looking towards the cap position, but he'd be looking towards head height, not towards the boost over the top of the box right there. Now, if G2 win this round, it's not going to be great for Heretics. It's probably an 8-7 It's probably split right down the middle, and we go into the second half extremely competitive. That's the way this one's looking if G2 pick up the round right here, because it'll be a compromise buy for Heretics in the final throes of the third map. But I like the way they applied the double AWPs just there. Tension tickle. You love it.
Yeah, there is a lot of tension out there right now. G2 trailing on this epic day at Counter-Strike. A lot of rounds played. Heretics no different. They actually had, what, 3 maps before this best of 3, and this one's gone the full distance here.
I'm gonna tell you how many rounds of official Counter-Strike they've
that's
played
actually,
today.
I'm interested. I'm down. Let's do it. You
This
look
is
that up.
insane that they're still performing at this level after the entire day.
That is a very good point. You said they had 4 best of 1s ahead of this best of 3.
Yeah, let me double check all of that. So 3 best of 1s.
3. When Mac has found himself the first. That's the bomb spotted as well. You couldn't ask for more information off the back of an opening kill. Jax, however, will catch him, and what a reaction Maka didn't have much other than a blink to adjust onto Hunter. He's even going to find a third. This round is all Maka. So was the one before. He defended A twice now.
This Maka kid, he's very, very good, let me tell you. That's a big name in French CS going forward. 3-on-2, Jax, Amanek remain, and they'll be up against Nevera, Kiyoshima, and XMS. Got the first kill coming in here, and Kiyoshima offers himself up. Jax with a nice position there towards CPL, but might not be translating into a round victory. He still has plenty of time to work with, but trying to bait out the fact he's jumped towards the window. They have got, of course, full control of the bomb. There's no real reason to try and juke them out here. They're not going to be chasing him. And they'll hold towards the A ramp. They'll have Nevera just watching towards, of course, the steps. They've got the bomb down at A ramp. And a good smoke as well. It's very powerful.
Yeah, and 30 seconds now, so Jax's pretty much only option is to work around it.
He'll make a step if he jumps off that. So, not ideal. I liked what he was doing, but I think he realized as soon as he jumped up, that was done. He can still win this, but not meant to be. As soon as he jumped up and there wasn't a player there, he was done for.
Nevera, a rookie, up against the world number 5, according to the ESL rankings, and he's come into this with a shining scoreline. He's got Maka finding all of this hard work in that round. He's managed to find 16 frags.
Oh, I'm sorry that I'm laughing, Alex, but I just added up all the rounds of Counter-Strike that Heretics have played to this point, not including Mirage. So that's 5 maps of CS. That's 156 rounds that they've played.
Jesus.
That averages 31.2 rounds a map, which is meaning that overtimes have been aplenty.
They average over 30 for
over 30
all
for
of the
today.
games they've played today.
And I don't know what time their first game started, but I'm going to say it was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, we started at 4 p.m. and here we are. So yeah, they've been going longer than us. And we are going to have Maka looking to close things out. Round 15 is the only one with an AWP here, but the smoke is idyllic as G2 will silently make their approach towards the B bomb site. Another 10-5 half is possible here. Nevera towards B. Multiple angles to spot towards. He's got no backup on this side of the map. And the first kill won't be here, so he'll drop down and make up for it on the second peak.
Yeah, they're handling this well. He's actually got another one. It's Nevera and Maka, these CT AWPs, but it's not enough for a round. At least not this time. 3v3 as the bomb does make its way into B.
There's a kill for Lucky. He'll take down Nexa, and the bomb will be going down momentarily. Amanek to provide it. They've got no utility now. 3 versus 2, final round, no saving to be done here. Huge advantage for Heretics. Good burn damage towards Amanek as well. They have to be active though. They can't allow the CTs to get in towards the side. They need to try and shut them down towards these choke points. Got the incendiary, a smoke as well. That's a good smoke. Buys a bit of time for Amanek. Some space as well. You can see him repositioning off it. Trying to be a little bit sneaky now. It takes a lot of damage, even more so now. Lucky knows what the final player is. That's going to be Jax. 68 HP. Bomb over halfway gone. They need to find him quickly. Maka will go around. He's got the AWP in mind. There's still a chance here for Jax. He'll get the penultimate kill, but it looks like that's going to be enough. Heretics with a show-stopping performance there. 7-0. Converted into 10-5 on our third and final map. Could they knock G2 out of the tournament? You'll have to see after this break.
Feeling like up to the fine, will it stand the test of time? Right now I need a sign. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over. If it's over, am I your lover? Are we going solo? Or is it polo? Her face is saying don't go. I'm acting like I don't know. Whisper my name, Say what you want, show me your thoughts. I do the same. My bread on your neck, but I slowly caress. Feelings in gray. It's still the same. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over. Tell me if it's over, am I your lover? Are we going solo, or is it polo? Her face is saying don't go. I'm acting like I don't know. Tell me if it's over, come a little closer. We should take our time to think this damn thing over. Should we grow closer? Should this be over? My heart for your mind, probably we should start over.
ESL One's road to Rio, it's a tumultuous journey for G2. Knocked into the lower bracket by North with a coach standing in. They got PTSD flashbacks of the end of 2019 as they got on the flight back from CS Summit. A loss in the grand finals to a coach, no less. It happened again. They find themselves in the lowers, and now a domestic underdog in Heretics has an opportunity, and a very viable one, to throw a knockout blow. Even look at the odds. GG.bet favors Heretics.
Probably the first time in this series, and it's in the third and final map, second half.
Follow this.
Double digits and a nice smoke towards B. I'm interested to see how that actually finishes up. So that's going to be on the left-hand side pillar.
They're
actually,
the right
straight
one
towards short. That's really cool. So now they don't have to worry about that side at all. But Amanek with the P2000, not the best gun for close range, apart from in his hands, apparently. So we are going to see the first kill come in, but quickly traded by XMS. And that's a bomb plant, for sure. This is looking great.
Smoke kit for Jax. That's going to be the diffuser.
Oh, Nevera. He's
wild, isn't he?
Anthony's pants.
Fidgeting around, and you've got to enjoy this. It looks like he's up for a few kills, and he's just getting baited in by his teammates. He's going to swing in a second. That'll probably be the cue.
Hello.
And there it is, the kill. He's a real handy little CS player, Nevera.
Yeah.
He's good. He's got his own unique play style and flair. You can see it.
I was, we did hear from Keo, but I was DMing Keo a couple of weeks ago because I was curious. Heretics were doing so much good work, and there was a lot of hype around them. I wanted to get a little bit more about the story. So I asked him, I said, Nevera, what's the deal right here? And he said, played with one team in advance, but that's about it. That's verbatim what Kia said.
So
played with one
he's
team
had
in advance.
experience within one unknown team, and then, I guess by, I don't want to say nepotism, but being Screen's brother,
Well,
he always had to get a little more attention, right? So if he did have any individual talent, in traditional sports it happens as well. If you've got the same DNA and you've got some hype around you, you might get more opportunities than usual, and he's certainly living up to that opportunity. He's managing to make the most of it and show as he is looking like a fantastic player.
And if they can convert this one right here, they're on lock to potentially close out this half. Oh, sorry, not even the half, the game, the series. To go one step further to take on Vitality, who's waiting for them in the lower bracket
this
final.
Lower bracket is juicy as hell.
It's crazy.
All right, that's good. Well, that's kind of brought my excitement back. Let's do it. We're standing up. We're getting into it. And we're going to see G2 with the force here. Kenny S next up. The Eagles. Double scouts, and a big round here. They give this one up. It's going to be 13-5. Bear that in mind. This round has actually 2 attached to it. And that would be Heretics. Oof, in a massively advantageous situation.
Regrouping. Early default. Doesn't bear fruit. 50-second mark. They've left themselves plenty of time.
Oh, that's great, that molly. Going to hold Hunter in place. He can't actually get a kill through middle right here. They're setting up the A execute, so there's a couple of smokes that they're able to deploy, but there's not a lot of utility to clear out close. Luckily for them, nobody's home. but there are still 3 CTs idly waiting by.
Did you hear Rush Chad say luckily and you switched to lucky? I think that just happened. Missed shot though. Hang on. Kenny's in a lot of trouble. XMS has already found one and so has Navira. They've got nothing left. Hunter, he could catch
This
one.
position is where he might be able to do something with it, but there it is. Hunter takes one down, and that was the chance there. If Maka goes down, the scout shot connects. I was about to say there is a chance, but there certainly is now. 3 versus 2. Amanek removed. That was their window of opportunity. It slams shut. Hunter looking to save his CZ and armor if possible, and off he goes. That will.
We had a game the other day where the opening kills, it was such a stark contrast. It was very heavily weighted in one team's favor, but they were still losing.
Is that G2 Astralis?
It could have been. I feel like it was definitely a Vertigo game.
Yeah, that's what made me think.
Yeah, and right now, this game is similar in terms of that. G2 are winning 11-6 in terms of opening duels, but they're losing 12-5
Are you
in
positive
rounds.
that's not got the other way around accidentally?
G2, according to
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's call it Carbon.
man,
He hasn't made a mistake yet.
11 openings to 6 of Heretics.
And that would mean that they'd lost the majority of their opening kills and haven't converted any of them. It's 11 opening kills, 5 rounds on the board. Even I can do the maths there.
And there's another thing here. The multi-frag rounds, it's very close. It's 15-13 in favor of Heretics, but the scoreline, once again, a very stark contrast. So these multi-kill rounds that Heretics are getting, it's not just 2, they're doing a lot more damage.
Could someone kill Navera a few times? He's on 20 kills to 4.
That's wild.
He
was 10-0 as well by round 8.
Up against G2, I mean, for a rookie, I'm happy for him. It must be such an incredible feeling. He's probably loving every second of this.
Someone from the French scene, although he's Belgian, like this is a huge game, right? You're playing up against Kenny S. Like that's crazy in itself. Like that's that name in your rookie season. You're up against one of the most notorious players from your region of all time, and you're almost showing it up in some cases. He hasn't turned up, did his best of 3, and Navera is dropping bombs.
He really is, and he might even find a couple more here for his kill tally. Let's get that KD as ridiculous as possible. Oh no, this is his 5th death.
Oh, they
Can he get a couple?
They
flashed him up, but he does go down. They'll recover an AK. Let's see how many more they can avoid. They've got a Mac 10 in play, at least I just heard it. Yeah, Keo. The Heretics leaping into their jaws.
Well, at this point, why not? Their aggressive style of play has really paid off, and they've done all this with Keo with only 4 kills next to his name. Keo, the most experienced member of the Heretics roster, with only 4 frags, and they're winning 13-5. This is bonkers. This is some absolutely wild scenes that we are seeing right now.
It's now we really do get some entertainment because G2 have got to start the comeback trail. Instead of giving up 10 rounds in a row, they need to actually gain them themselves. So it's a very different situation from what we've seen in the first 2 maps, where they've had big leads, they've given them up, and just about either got over the finish line or given the map up.
Let's see if Heretics can close better than G2 can. That's the other option. That's the other way to look at it. Will these plucky underdogs be able to convert a massive lead? Nexa, he doesn't seem to think so. And Hunter pushing in. This is perfect.
Good flashes.
Very nice stuff. And the 3 of them are heading towards B. If Amanek was to go down clean, the afterplant could bear fruit.
So 5-on-3 and Amanek, he'll have that org. First time I think we've even seen that today. One player sneaks past.
Navera.
They'll spot the second, that's for sure. Lots of damage inflicted. XMF gives up the information there, leads into his demise, and that's going to be a wallbang from next from short. Round over. 5 versus 1. Navera will be finding yet another death there. He'll take his tally up to 6, but he'll certainly wait to see what's available.
He sits there for 55 seconds.
He definitely will do that.
He should as well, because if he can take away any guns here whatsoever, Hunter won't clear this. Oh, he will, but that's great. That's 1. Can he get another? 2. Good economic damage right there. The fact he was able to get any kills whatsoever in a 1-on-5 situation, that's very good scenes.
Gives an extra $600 as well, which is vital. You could have seen he would have actually had $3,200 instead. So he actually has enough money to get AK armor and a single smoke, I suppose.
Yeah, he earned himself an AK after that.
Yeah, but they'll take the tactical timeout. They don't need to fully invest it, although there is enough money. It would be a good opportunity to do so, to keep the money low, considering he got those 2 frags, but not required. There's no right answer here. It's whatever the team wants to do. 23 kills for Navera. 6 deaths. 1 assist as well thrown into the mix. Checking with Kenny, 6 and 16, Chad. Really hasn't got going at all tonight.
This is where it would have to change if they want to have a comeback, right? This is where Kenny needs to go full Kenny mode.
He needs to go nuclear.
We need a haul out of him here in this half for G2 to have any shout. Amanek actually has a secondary AWP, and well, we know that there's been a couple of woes with that historically for G2.
He's left there alone, and then if he misses the shot, like, he can fall apart very quickly, sometimes a little bit too aggressive as well. Hunter hasn't got a gun. There it is. God, the timeout as well. Just not getting the guns at the end. Yeah, it's all fine. But we will see an A execution from the Heretics. We've got a bit of a default procedure in terms of smoke. Some flashes thrown towards middle, but actually no smoke down. Just a single flash. It means Hunter has a lot of information there. They'll commit towards A, but 2 players waiting for them. That's going to be Kenny and Jax. Jax with just the MP9. Remember, it's a double AWP setup with Hunter towards connector. He'll be presumably smoked off.
Kenny reacts with an incendiary. Won't be respected. They're already crossing straight out. 1 towards Tetris. Jax does find the first. They know where he is, though. That dark position with an MP9. It's a scary spot to be, but Hunter...
Where's he come from?
He just pushes over the stairs and he takes 3 of them. A massacre as they advance. He thought they'd respect the smokes. Hunter certainly does not. It's a big disrespect. Slaps them around with his AK-47, pushing through that smoke, and he'll take it into the next as well.
So it's only 1 save necessary right here for the side of Heretics. At least that's one positive thing that we can note for them. But that was the execute. As soon as Hunter had jumped through and come to save Jax, that was it. They weren't looking at him at all.
Yeah. Perfect little maneuver through the smoke down towards Sandwich. Gets himself 3 kills, and it'll be the B rush here from Heretics. Well, apparently not for Maka. They'll slow it right down and presumably wait for the grenades before they make their move in.
All right, well, Maka took a grenade towards Connector, and Amanek took a scalp towards B Apartments. They have a deagle in his hands here, so they may as well let him work before they bust onto that B bomb site. Oh, he's going to get spotted. He goes down. And actually, Heretics are thinking better of this because they know if they can do any damage whatsoever at this juncture of the game, they'll be setting themselves up for success in the future. 3 more rounds to find, and they're not going to be easy to come by. So just take it 1 step. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't rush anything. They've done such a good job to get to this point. And as Henry said, they've always been battling back into games. Well, this is the first time we have to see if they have the ability to close. And that's normally one of the most difficult things to do is get across that line.
Well, it won't be happening in this round as it goes into a 5-on-2. Nevera and XMS will have deagles, no armor remaining. They get $2,400 into the following round. So they'll be added to the total on the left-hand side of your screens. Round 21. Really making them work for it. Nevera trying to get another kill. And we'll reach our logical conclusion momentarily. Just Nevera remaining. And there it is. G2 will keep 5 alive here. It's going to mean they've got plenty of money for this comeback.
Well, that's good news because I wouldn't want this one to end without overtime on the cards here, Henry.
Well,
it is a school night.
It's on the cards now.
Sorry, in the cards?
Sorry, it's in... I can't even remember. I don't know anymore.
One of them's definitely wrong. That's for sure. That's all I know.
Regionally maybe. The Americans are waking up now, so we'll say in the cards, of course, as they do.
We'll say them all. Let's say them all. Aluminum, sidewalk,
aluminium,
trash can. No, I'm saying it all the American ways. Oh, Kenny actually got blocked on the strafe from the smoke. Does mean that the push, or rather strafe, the aggressive line won't be working out. Fortunately for him, no one has gone for the early cross, so there's no missed opportunity. 7 and 17 really has had a tough time.
G2 are doing a bunch of the stuff that they do on their CT side when they played against FaZe, I believe it was. Lots of flash attacks and multiple members in towards Connector. And they're actually just going to peel on out. This could be their undoing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how much he's anticipating that. They jump up, really? That is ambitious. Blind as well.
They're just almost waiting for Hunter to get aggressive. Remember the pre-game, we know Hunter and his tendencies on this map. He likes to push in towards B, likes to get behind enemy lines on both sides here. This time, doesn't work out for him, and it's a B split coming in eventually. You see the bomb over towards the B side of the map. Amanek, we said he's about to be tested now, this double orb setup. I have been a critic of his with this weapon. See what he can do with this round.
Getting himself into this close corner and calling this clear is good info, but this is where I draw the line. We'll have to back away. I can't believe he survived. He could get pushed. And they're straight through. Nevera just charges into him. They punish him. Nexa, however, will save the day for G2.
I'm not even going to try and analyze.
No, don't. I was about to say the same thing. What can you even say about that one?
That was
You can
wild.
tell it's getting late here. This is fair enough. Heretics have been out there for what, 12 hours at this point? I think you looked it up.
Yeah, so Ben updated our stats here. He said that they started 9 hours ago, and that's assuming that they weren't practicing before their officials kicked off.
Yeah.
So if we assume that they were practicing before their officials, they've been going all
Like
day.
the fact they've been playing all day, and we are at 1 a.m. right now. The mistakes we made.
100%.
So we're not going to be super critical on anything that goes down at this ungodly hour, but still. Heretics certainly at the window, though. The opening pick going in their favor. A 5-7 pushing them into the apartments. I just don't have no idea how he survived.
He shouldn't have survived. That's the crazy thing. And right now, it will be another partial buy from Heretics. They've just opted for some Deagles, so there is always a chance, and a chance that some of these headshots come across their plate here. Things have looked pretty cagey in the G2 camp, and it's now only when they're behind they're starting to look more and more like themselves, which, well, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but today really hasn't. Opening kills, we'll touch back in with that. G2 still dominating there, 14-8. Multi-kills back in the G2 favor as they've been mounting rounds. So things are really starting to level out here on Mirage, and this is not a map that either team is relatively comfortable on. It's towards the bottom of both of their map pools, so I was surprised when we even saw this as the third. But Nevera screams, brother. Definitely getting out of that shadow now. Maybe not for this round, he's dead.
Well, speaking of Shadow, that will be the way in which Keo goes down. Shadow advantage visible for Jax, and well, he's played well. He hasn't positioned so that the Shadow is visible, but he will go down all the same. So we have ourselves another G2 double digits. This was a Heretics colossal lead, but we watch as it slowly gets pulled away from them again.
Slowly but surely.
5 in a row.
5
in a trot.
It's the blue shell, Chad. You're the one who introduced it to us today.
Well, everybody loves Mario Kart.
It is the best esport out there.
When I was in Tokyo at the start of the year, I played a lot of Mario Kart in the arcades.
Yeah, the one that takes your picture. If
Yeah,
that
you
one. That
pull
was
a
a good
silly
one.
face. And,
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. You can have like 10 of them linked up as well.
We spent so much time in the arcades. I was playing the, there was a game that they've got going on there where you're robots. It's like Gundam Wing stuff. That was fun.
Okay, oh no, I know what you mean. You actually, you can put yourself in the pods. Is that one?
Similar. This
Similar?
one here is like, I think it's the most popular arcade game they have.
I went in 2012, and there's one you can like go into this whole building that's full of pods, and you go drive a mech.
That's
and you have
pretty
to
cool.
like swipe your card. You're
Ooh.
online against other teams. You team up in the mech pod where you are in Japan.
Doesn't sound pretty cool?
I didn't
Yeah.
really do a lot of research before going. I kind of just went.
Oh, the people I went with very clued up with that sort of thing.
Okay.
I was entered in online leagues and competitions,
Wow.
LAN parties. Yeah, it's all
All
sorts.
right.
Oh, man.
Releasing a documentary next year on it, actually.
Yeah,
So,
The Life of Henry G. It
yeah.
will be rated 21. They haven't actually created the rating for Henry G's lifestyle. Still to be created.
I'll just leave that there before I say something with my broken brain.
Exactly. I decided I'd do it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's move on.
Next huge round here. I can't believe G2 pulled this back. 5 in a row for short chat after losing the pistol. It didn't even look likely. They were 13-5 down.
Indeed, they were.
And G2 have done enough. They're the ones on the comeback trail at this stage, looking for the next. And speaking of next up, who will be stepping up here. And you can see,
Oh, they're not clearing this.
good damage. And Hunter might be able to convert both, which he has. So Nex's efforts were not in vain.
Not at all. Far from it.
This is
Dropping
perfect.
off.
This is perfect.
They heard it. And Amanek can take these frags. He's got them all lined up and roasted. A 4 versus 1 for Nevera. He won't even get to kill the first. Great work. Amanek locking down the B side. G2, I don't know what they said to each other during the halftime break, but it was probably something along the lines of, do you want to play any more Counter-Strike tomorrow? Because if you lose, you can't.
So I guess they do want to play. What time's the
Definitely
game go
does.
down tomorrow as well? Oh, my laptop just started running a Windows update as well.
That's
Oh,
not
no.
ideal.
Oh, no.
That's not what we wanted.
No, that's not great. Okay, well, I've lost the dashboard.
Well, that's running the
so-
stream as well, so we're losing everything now.
Well,
Just a joke. It's fine. Chad's laptop is
Imagine
not
if
running the
Chad's
entire
laptop
operation.
was operating the whole screen.
I realised I said that. Probably not even worth joking about. Let's get into the B-Rush, shall we? Mac 10s, pistols, and 1 AK-47. It's going to be round 25, and they've been stuck in their tracks. There's not really much they can do here. They've in the worst
Hunter's
possible
about
area
to
of the
kill
map,
them
the
all.
tightest choke point, a cage almost, and Hunter, he's looking for his prey.
Hello, guys. My name's Hunter. Pleased to meet you. This round is over. Keo the last one, and he'll be met by Amanek. Quick triple. got themselves the 12th. G2 Esports completely and totally back into contention. They haven't lost a round in so long. Kenny S has got max money.
I've got an idea. If this one goes overtime as well, why don't we just start in overtime?
From now on?
From now on, I think it could be the change, because there's a lot of discussion on social media at the moment, and that could be...
No one has suggested MR3 yet,
No
Chad.
one has suggested MR3 10K.
What is just for Counter-Strike in general? Yeah, honestly, it would save a lot of time. It would make things a lot more spectator-friendly.
Oh, dear.
We could really get a lot of sponsor call-outs in there as well. It'd be great.
Lots of ad breaks in there for everybody as well.
Well, here we go. We're getting to the bookend now.
Oh,
Lucky
Hunter.
to try and open things up. And Hunter, oh, it's a good flashbang with his teammates, but one that doesn't work out. Damage inflicted towards XMS. The opening pick will be found by Heretics. They have not posted a round in a while. See if they can get one step closer to knocking G2 out of the tournament. This is the lower bracket. French derby. Kiyashima back on the server against Kenny S. It's been a few years.
He's had a rough one on Mirage.
That's true.
I mean, the clutch he
This
had
looks
pulled
like
off on Dust too.
Are we moving? Okay, so I said nothing was even moving there.
Yeah, thankfully, nothing's gone awry for us. And a deep smoke and a rotate from Amanek.
This is really good info, because he's ahead of that, and Amanek doesn't have any clue that this could go on down. He's secured that information, that they think that part of the map is clear. He hasn't actually called for a rotation just yet. Everybody's staying exactly where they lie. But it is a gamble stack from G2 Esports. We're getting to the crunch time of the game here, and they're having to take risks. But it might pay off for them here. Look at this. Interconnector they go.
It could. Kyo's not going to investigate B at all. 30 seconds.
They have to go A. This is a great gamble stack from G2.
Yeah, and doesn't matter what Kyo's
There's
doing.
no one even hearing that Molotov.
Yeah, they're not going to buy that fake. Kyo's, however, calling B clear now. Oh no, but with 20 seconds, it's all
They have
redundant
to go
information. Maka's trying it. Knife out. 15 seconds.
Is there going to be time?
I don't think they can plant. It's not happening. It's already
not
over.
like this.
I would say that with bated breath. I don't know, I guess, but it
8,
doesn't look good.
7. He doesn't have time. 6,
4.
5.
No,
Oh
no.
my God. What a round
Christ.
to lose.
Not like that.
Oh, that's Kiyashima going, boys, make your way over. I've got a nice open bomb site for you.
Wow, I haven't seen that happen with them running to the bomb site with the bomb, sussing out the CT stack. Oh, Heretics, they're going to call the timeout after that one. That's a conversation that needs longer than 10 seconds.
That could be it now. That's 8 in a row for G2. Heretics are the ones on their knees now. Finally, their morale has been broken. The 5 officials, whatever it was in one day, seems to be taking its toll. And some questionable choices now as G2, 8 rounds, plenty of money. They've got 16K on pretty much 4 players. They have got enough cash for the rest of this, no problem.
Yeah, and it's so hard for Heretics here. You feel for them. You really do. They've kept fighting this entire time. Their map choice of Nuke down to the wire, 16-14. The second map, Dust 2, they battle on through. They picked that one up 19-16 to give us our 4th overtime of the day. And now, they were looking so good. A 10-5 first half. Everything was where they wanted to be. Nevera, this was his coming out party. Well, things have stalled, things have stopped, and kills, they can't even be found right now.
Yeah.
These rounds are so clean. I'm having a look back through the round timeline. There's, in the last 4 rounds in a row, the most kills they've had is 2.
Yeah, that's probably why I haven't been shouting much recently. I've kind of felt like we've hit this kind of wall where I can say with conviction that the round has already got its outcome pretty much in the first 30 seconds. Let's see if we can have a bit more of a tussle this time.
They've only got 10 kills on the T side in the last 8 rounds.
Wow, they've really just completely lost themselves. Heretics had dominance. They got to 13 and then it just falls silent. G2 toggling on, looking much more fantastic. Couldn't ask for a better time to turn it on. I mean, this has been a very long series for the two of them. And locking horns at 13-13, a map each, couldn't be more level. Saying that changes and G2 continue their 8, maybe 9 round spree here. A is the hit. You can see the setup. One connector, flooding out of Palace, a smoke jungle to enable them to push in, and wow, they don't check their corners, but Keo does. And he's been so quiet, but some crucial frags have given them space. They can try and get Kenny out of the round as well. They want to hunt him. XMS is the one to do the hunting. He's so low, but Nexa to support. If XMS overextends here, he's gonna struggle. He gives him the fight. Kenny's close as well. A missed shot should be XMS, but now with the USP, he's found it. Bomb will go down. It's 2 orbs for the retake.
Up against Kiyashima, and lucky they haven't posted around in 8, but they could take the lead here. It's looking good for them, given the fact they're up against the AWPs here. This is a huge round and a bit of damage inflicted towards CT spawn. It's looking good for Heretics. I have to say, Amanek doesn't have time to really check out towards the jungle position. He's trying to stay quiet. If he scopes at all, Lucky can swing out, but he gets his teammate. That's really gone.
Oh, Lucky, no!
Oh, not like that. I didn't want to imagine a world we didn't find that kill. That's probably it, ladies and gents. That was the one. That was the chance for them to get back into this. They do have money going forward, but there's been so many rounds that have been so disappointing. It's difficult to even imagine a world where they have morale going forward now.
Imagine the pit that he's currently feeling in his stomach.
The switch.
That hurts me.
It was the Galil. It's, you know, if this does continue in the way it's trending, Lucky's going to spend a solid hour just with the Galil on aimbots, trying to make sure that pattern is fully invested into his membranes of his brain. I can't speak.
He was the hero on Nuke. He won that clutch, right, in the first half. He was the hero on Dust 2. He got things started after they had lost the pistol, converted the 2-on-5.
Yeah, and it could very well be that frag. Certainly would have been a pretty winnable 1v1, but we can't play if, buts, and maybes, as much as I may love ifs and buts. Around 20, whatever, 8?
Yes, Heretics will be having the AK-47s, and we'll see the HG grenade deployed towards Underpass. That's going to be a beautiful one. We'll see Hunter do incredible damage. Lucky receiving the brunt of it. This is for series point. I can't believe I'm saying that. 9 rounds in a row for G2. So many close affairs. Heretics, though, just dropped off significantly. Noticeable. This is about the point you'd expect. A long day of Counter-Strike. A few rookies in their ranks as well. And some disastrous scenes after such a great campaign in the first half. Winning the pistol. They got 3-0 start in the second round. That's the only round they've picked up. Ever since then, it's been nothing but G2.
Wow. So, I mean, it's impressive to see that G2 can turn it on when it matters most. I mean, they've been having floors and ceilings throughout. Ooh, using the smoke doesn't get him far. Kenny was watching that cross back, and so already first blood found. Maka, haven't said that name in a while, claws it back in for his squad. Lucky's pushed in real aggressive. He's going to get hunted by Nexa. And there's no one there alongside him.
Jax has got the prime position to shut this one down with 15 seconds remaining. Kenny S has been flashed in. Jax starting to spray them down here. 10 seconds remaining. There's one more kill. Should secure it, but Nivera, he is fighting back.
Plant.
That's it. That's done. He can't plant anymore. Hide. Done.
Round 1. G2 will take another one. This has been a sensational comeback from the G2 Esports squad. It looked like Heretics had done enough over the course of 3 maps, a full 30 on Nuke, even more than that on Dust 2. But here on Mirage, that 13-round lead from Heretics is being washed away. 13 now to 15. G2 have put up a wall on their defense, and the poor Frenchmen, the plucky underdogs coming so far, have fallen at the final hurdle. This is why Cinderella's story is so rare, because they often don't quite make it to the ball. Kenny. Oh my goodness, he does take a bit of damage. I think it was from a nade, down to 43. Nexa, however, does fall. First blood, quick trade. Hunter keeps things level. We're at the 4v4, and so much more time to go.
A lot of time, Alex, and only the MAC-10 for Lucky here. Some real disappointing rounds for Heretics after such a great showing in this best of 3. It looks likely they'll crash out on the 3rd and final map, but we'll see what they can do. Amanek repositions with the orb. He has got a player already towards Kitchen. That's Kiyashima, and if he goes any further, he gets a snapping turtle out. He might be on for this one, but again, G2 don't like the leads they find. It will be him walking with the orb in 5-7. That's twice he's attempted that maneuver. And Kenny S has let one by and might even go down here. So, Lucky certainly has done enough to pull 3 CTs over. They're going back towards A. It's going to be round 30, I think.
Looks like it, especially with the double kill. Unless it
Give us the overtime. Come on!
Watch him push through and kill them both. That's the bomb loose. He can disappear into the ether. And he finds another through the smoke. Navira goes down. I was only joking, Jax. You don't have to clutch. Looking okay for it. 25 seconds, the bomb plant pressure's on them. He's worming his way around these smokes.
Yeah, remember, Lucky was over towards B as well, so he knows he's isolated this penultimate play on towards the A site.
10
Still
bullets,
have another one to
6
go
bullets.
for, but that's Maka connecting it. We're on for overtime, boys. One round will separate us. As Heretics will be clawing it back up. They're conceding 9 rounds in a row. It's the last 2 they look to pick up here, Alex. What do you make of that?
I think that's perfect. That's what I think. I can't quite believe it, but you know what?
I can't.
I had my disbelief blown out of the server today.
Let me tell you that you're not sleeping.
We're not. This isn't a dream.
No. This is happening right now. And Heretics, they need this to take us into the overtime on the 3rd. It's a big round ahead of them. They've had a couple that they've squandered. The later this gets.
Mark is burning. He's flashed and burning.
So much
he has
damage.
no idea. Bloody hell!
Look at all that damage.
Yeah, they were flashed in the molly. They couldn't work it out. Someone had to tell him, move, get out of there. And now because of that, he's gone down. Keo, he's fallen as well. And the 30th round, they've taken 2 early casualties. Heretics, it couldn't be closer. Not like this.
Hold up, there's still 1 minute and 20 seconds left. So G2 on cue should start pushing across the map here.
Yes, you're right. Here comes Amanek's solo push into the apps.
They've actually rotated away. They've rotated away from B off of those opening 2 kills. Another smoke will land.
They're going underpass.
Oh, this stack again. G2 have made some great calls here with the gamble stacks.
They really have. Lucky, Navira, and XMS. Battered, bruised, exhausted. But they need to pick up a 3 versus 5 to survive, take us to another overtime.
Well, this is looking too good. Kenny S is going to get at least one of these. That's through the smoke. Finds a penultimate kill, and I think we might be done here. Lucky, the last player stands. He gets a couple. There's a chance, Alex, and with 10 HP, one that probably won't be realized, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Don't burn yourself,
don't
Lucky.
bother yourself, Lucky.
Okay.
Whatever you do, please don't bother yourself.
Don't be remembered for that.
No, ask Summit about how that feels. 19 seconds as he upgrades to the AWP. As soon as he touches it, Mexican swing. And we have 16 to 14 on the 3rd map. G2, they will not be happy with that, but they take the win. They survive. Heretics, a full 3-map affair, eliminated in the lower bracket.